Surrey and White Rock are small businesses. And they're really hurting right now, right? They're not feeling supported. And we got to make sure, because one of my big things is make sure that small businesses, it's the lifeblood of our economy, and that they feel supported, because it's employing a lot of our young people, it's employing a lot of our seniors, it's bringing people will come down to Crescent Beach just for this place here. They will, right? And we want to make sure that that happens, because when that happens, we all do better. But when we keep layering on thing after thing after thing, and cost after cost, and tax after tax on people like Joe, it means that they have to make some tough decisions. Whether they're not going to hire more staff, or they're not getting increased wages and things like that. And we need to, it actually, when these businesses are doing better, we all do better. And that's pretty common, right? That's common sense. And that was my mom had staff that stayed with her for 20, 30 years, and are still with her today. And that's because she treated them properly, and because they were a part of the business. And that's what all these local businesses are trying to do here too. So, especially Crescent Beach and White Rock, right? We don't have chains up here, which I love. I love the fact that these are owned by people that live in the community, that employ people that are in the community, and we really need to support them. So, they'll have my support. I'll come in here with my I'll try and watch how much I eat, but it's really important here that we support local. So I want to say thank you to local for supporting me.
Amen.
So I appreciate that.
Let's give a special hand to Joe Martino. So we just want you to bring cash. When you go to the church over there, we'll give you a bucket to fill up your bucket with the church. Yeah. And also, I'd like to, if I may, introduce Mila. Mila. Turn around and wave. Mila. This is the famous Mila's Honeycakes. And so these are her famous honeycakes from known all over the world. They come from Vancouver, Michigan, and honeycakes. But also she has delicious breakfasts and lunches that are like amazing gourmet. So let's give Mila a hand. And her daughter is Zara. And Joe, who's over there?
What about Natalino?
Yeah, what is his first name? Natalino?
Natalino, yeah.
Natalino, are you there?
Whoa!
Okay, he'll be right over.
All right.
So we'll go around.
What about you, John? Where are you from?
Right there. And this is Jaira. Say hi, Jaira. Hello.
Hi, Jaira.
He's a great employee, serves great things. And Joe, where are you from, Joe?
No,
Napoli, Italy.
Dove, Italy.
I should say chalk, right? Chalk.
Napoli.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Napoli.
Saskatchewan. I thought you were from Saskatchewan.
Bene, grazie.
I'm stata a visit in Hollywood, in Prince George, in Prince Rupert.
I know. And Vancouver, he met Dominic in Italy, but also Brooklyn. 20 years in Brooklyn. That's crazy. Yeah. So please come down to Crescent Beach and support our business. And even if any of you are a little bit hungry now, order something to eat. They would love that. They would love that. Yeah, here or pizza or from Mila. And Zara is her daughter. They're from near Georgia, the country of Georgia. So anyway, let's go around. I'm Judy, and I live just right here on the beach. You're welcome anytime for a campfire on the beach. How about that? Yeah, and we'll sing with my guitar. We'll sing some worship songs around the guitar. Or You Are My Sunshine.
We play jukebox and dance.
Okay, you dance. Yeah, and also you guys, is the big hall up here?
Beach
We
place.
can have a party there.
Oh, they do great work there. Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Square dance, line dancing, anything.
The problem with Crescent Beach is that you don't want people to know about Crescent Beach. Anyways, I want to hear from all you guys here. If you can, I think I know everybody here, so we can go quickly. And then there's a couple of really specific things that I want to talk about that I want to make sure that I think probably 99% of us here probably already voted. But there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about that I really want you guys to go out and talk to people about, especially related to Crescent Beach.
Okay,
So,
Judy, what's your name?
Dominic.
Dominic from Italy. Ivan from Macedonia.
Macedonia originally, yeah.
Emma from
Original from China, but
now
I've been here
Canadian.
for 15
They're all
years.
Canadians now,
Yes,
yeah.
Norma. Oh, she doesn't like camera.
Young girl, we have to go.
And who's this cute girl here? We're gonna find her Canadian husband. Yeah, your daughter. Okay, Umbrella.
Yeah,
Kevin?
I'm Kevin. Come from China.
Nice.
Hello, I'm James. I've been here about 12 years already. Originally came from China, Beijing.
yeah, geez.
I'm Sheila, and I've been originally but I've been here Good choice, good choice.
Darlene, born in Vancouver.
The best place on earth.
I'm Melissa. I'm Trevor's campaign manager. I'm a Montreal transplant, but I've been here since 1997.
Marlene's done a great job.
Because of support like this, honestly, Judy, I feed off her energy. I need a cup of it every day.
You got it.
So when it comes to one of the things that I put out yesterday, I've been talking about it a lot, but it's so who here knows what Bill 44 is?
Soji.
No, not Soji. Bill 44. Anybody know what Bill 44 is? Okay. All right, so let's make sure everybody leaves this table knowing what Bill 44 is. So Bill 44 is a piece of legislation that the NDP introduced and passed in the spring of 2024. And what it does is, and I voted against it every step of the way, but what it does is it allows residential lots,
Yes.
right there, where you can put 4 to 6 units, residential units on one lot. Okay? So when you look at areas like Crescent Beach, right? Or you look at areas like White Rock, specifically along Oxford and other places like that, where they're very small lots. I fundamentally think that people need to know about this legislation. It is so poorly thought out for a few reasons. Number one is we don't have the infrastructure. If you look at the parking situation that's down here, it's
already bad.
It's really bad. So can you imagine taking down one family house and then putting 6 residential units on that? So that could be 12 cars that you're adding here?
Yeah.
So not only that, the sewage, the water, we don't have the infrastructure to take care of these problems, right? We don't have the current school space, we don't have the hospital space right now. And so we're looking at doing this throughout our province. But in our riding of Surrey White Rock, this piece of legislation makes no sense to me, right? So can you imagine on your beautiful street on Kerfoot that you're going to take down a house and you're going to put 6 residential units in one of those lots?
I'm waiting to see what's going to come into the lot up here.
Exactly. And so hey, how are you? And so what they're doing with that too though is then they're saying, oh, by the way, we're not going to have public hearings. So if that happens up the street, there's not going to be a chance for you to go to City Hall and say, hey, I don't agree with this. And I don't agree with that. I think that there should always be a voice with municipal government where they have a right, where people can actually go and have a say in what's going on in their communities. I don't like the fact that they've taken away the chance for people to actually go and have a voice on some of these issues. And I think in Crescent Beach that this legislation has the ability to completely transform the look of Crescent Beach in not a good way. Right? I don't believe that. I believe that some areas can be densified. I think some areas here, we've got to be very careful what we do. We can't do that unless we've made the investments in the infrastructure. We've committed to do $1 billion per year of infrastructure, which I think is very important. But the city of Surrey put out a report 2 weeks ago that said Bill 44 will mean that it's going to cost the city of Surrey $850 million. $850 million to do the upgrades to the water and to the sewage in order to help with this upcoming year. And so I'm a big believer in working with municipalities, not putting your foot on their throat. I think that there's a better way to kind of have that relationship. I don't. So Bill 44 is a piece of legislation that we've got to make sure that we're talking about quite often because I think that there's a lot of damage that's going to be done in our community.
It's provincial. It's right across the whole province.
Yeah.
It's not just.
Yeah.
There's no vote.
No. It's done. So it's legislated where you can take down a ranch or whatever it is, and you can put up to 4 to 6 units, residential units, and we know that housing is in a crisis, but we actually need an approach that works, and we need to do that working with municipalities, not by being a bully and taking a hammer with them, and then also taking the voice away from the public. I don't agree with that.
That I understand could always send me to BC without
don't know if that exactly was true, but I can say this, is that when that happens and we've had a rise in our population because of immigration, and you know, we're all, a lot of us here at this table have been in Canada in the last 20 years, we do need to make sure that we're working with the federal government in terms of how we are able to cost things out, right? So if you look at our healthcare system, if you look at Surrey Memorial has a lot of newcomers to Canada that use Surrey Memorial to access healthcare, right? So we need to make sure that we're working with the federal government to get our fair share of transfer payments, whether it be healthcare payments or other, or transportation needs. We need to make sure that those are kind of matching what we're seeing coming in terms of the numbers of immigration. So.
Can he just do that, or can he send 22,000?
Well, I think David Eby's letting him do whatever he wants. Yeah. And that's part of the challenge, is that we need to go and make sure that we're fighting to make sure that we have the proper, hey, how you doing, Alan?
Hey, Dorcas.
That we have the proper resources, and right now we don't. If you look at that, education's the same way. Like this is a government that campaigned in 2017. They stood outside in Surrey and said, by the next election, there will be 0 portables in Surrey. There won't be another portable in Surrey. We're done with portables. We now have the most portables that we've ever had in the history of our province in Surrey right now. We're actually looking at getting double-decker portables. Mm-hmm. So that should show you, like, you can't, I think that why you're seeing a record turnout at advanced polls is that people are frustrated that this government continues to overpromise and underdeliver on everything, whether it's healthcare, whether it's education, whether it's public safety, especially affordability. And I think that's one of the things, is that people are not believing what they're being told right now, and to be honest, they shouldn't. Right? Like, this is a government that campaigned twice on a renter's rebate. That now is some tax thing you've got to apply for, and most of the people don't qualify for it. Right? We represent a riding here that is predominantly seniors. And I think I told this story the other day, is one of the biggest challenges is that I had a senior come to me and said, do you mind if I use your parking spot at your office? Why do you want to use my parking spot? I said, well, because I don't have a house to stay in anymore, I got evicted, and if I'm sleeping in my car, and if I sleep in your parking spot, I feel more comfortable there because there's cameras and there's security. That's somebody that's been living here for a long time, right? So those are the challenges that we're facing. And we've got to be really about how we're doing that and how we're tackling it. And I tell you, we have people right now that are making decisions whether or not they're going to fill the prescriptions, or they're going to get your groceries, or they're going to pay the rent. And we never, especially our seniors, that our seniors, most importantly, should not be having to make those choices. And those people have been in this community for, a lot of them since they're school years, right? And they're the ones that have been volunteering with the food bank. They're the ones that are volunteering with the Salvation Army. They're picking up their kids after school. They're doing daycare. They're also struggling to make ends meet. So, I'm really proud of some of the things we put forward for seniors, like making sure that the shingles vaccine, if you choose to get it, will be covered. Hearing aids, mobility devices, we want to cover those things. We also, too, is that a lot of people will take time off to care for their aging parent or their spouse. That we're going to put forward tax incentives and tax benefits to make sure that people are getting support, right? Because a lot of people can't afford to take that time off from work to care for their aging parents or their spouse or whoever it may be. We want to make sure that they have proper support. Doubling the home renovation tax credit as well. Yeah.